Hi friends, MD Vegan. I make a chia pudding today and I made a new recipe with chia pudding, a very simple one. That is really not new, but it's only 2 ingredients. It's chia seeds and coconut milk. Very simple. I call it a basic recipe for chia pudding. Usually I do 3 ingredients most minimum, but here's an exception because I have to say this is I found out the other day only when I made the chia pudding. Summer is over and I'm making now the ice cream recipes are not so often anymore. Ice cream is for summer usually. I like it in the winter too, but not so often, right? For every day it can be a little bit cold. But the chia pudding is opposite, of course. That is really powerful. It's full of omega-3 fatty acids and lignans and protein and you know, fiber. Lots of fiber makes you full and happy. It's super healthy. Chia seeds is a superfood they call it, and it's so easy. You just need to put it into milk, let it soak for maybe half an hour. But I do it overnight. You know, I show you how to do it in another video where I soak it overnight and then I show you the pudding and because this is so nice. If I have a pudding here right there. With a very neutral flavor. It's like a pure coconut milk. I found that the coconut milk is so special because when you put anything in the coconut milk, anything at all, it's an amazing effect. It's extraordinarily strong. The coconut milk seems to be so pure. That's different from other milks, other plant milks. When I put something in other plant milks, it's nice, okay, but the coconut milk makes it so apparent that there is something in the milk that's not supposed to be there, or that is not coconut milk, let's say. Can be supposed to be there because it's delicious or so good, but it is not coconut milk, and the coconut milk has this purity. I only know that from coconut milk. I'm so surprised recently. You taste everything in it, every little thing. Yeah. I don't know why, and that's why it's so perfect with chia seeds, because chia seeds also have a neutral flavor. You could also almost say they taste like nothing. Yeah, you could say that. So this pudding almost tastes like nothing. But it's not true, because if you put something in it that's not right, for example, if I put a lemon in there, for example, it will begin to taste bitter all of a sudden. Where that bitterness has come from, I don't know. In the chia seed, there is something like in other seeds like that, like hemp seed, flax seed, you know, these others. They also have something that you cannot put everything in without causing a bitterness. And it's often it's lemony, sour flavor makes these kind of seeds taste bitter. So I wouldn't put a lemon in there right away. I mean, if you put a lemon in there, some dates and a banana and so, it's another story. But if only lemon is in there, it tastes bitter and you can't do it. So there's something you cannot do. So there must be something in the chia seed that has a flavor, a distinct flavor. But if you eat it like that, the coconut milk and the chia seed, it's almost nothing, as if nothing, very neutral. And that makes it perfect to paint a fruit on it. Yeah, the flavor of a fruit on it, like on a blank canvas. You put the color, and the color shines out bright there. Yeah, it makes other ingredients taste so clearly, stand out so clearly. So that makes this pudding a wonderful background for a fruit. Today it's a pear. I have a beautiful pear here. It's actually 2 pears. Cut it into small pieces, put it in a bowl to put it on top of the chia pudding. So that's what I want to tell you now today, with a little background story about the flavor of chia seeds and other kind of omega-3 fatty acid seeds. That it's a perfect tool with the chia pudding to put an ingredient like the pear today in the foreground, pro and center. Usually I make fruit salads. Yeah, I put different fruit in there, try a combination. Yeah. Play with the flavors, the textures, the colors. That's so much fun to cook. But the chia pudding is a way to enjoy one single fruit for breakfast. Yeah, it's a pear today. I want to present you today a pear. Yeah? And before I do that, I make a neutral dressing, a little bit more than neutral. I have cashews and bananas. That's also a very neutral cream. It's a little bit sweet and bitter. Bananas also have a complex flavor, but you don't taste it right away. It's usually sweet and soft, the banana, yeah, and the cashews too, almost like a cream in traditional cooking. Yeah, cashews are the cream for vegans, yeah, for all of us, by the way. should all be vegan, right? So the cashews and the bananas together are perfect cream, banana cream, cashew banana cream, and I only season it today with a flavor that in itself is made to open the senses. And the senses are how we enjoy the food, and we taste it, you smell it, you look at it, and the vanilla, just a little bit, a teaspoon or so, a half teaspoon, or a little bit, just a tiny bit, that makes the senses open, creates a vast space, and then you can taste everything that's in there, like the pear today. So I want to create a background and a space for the pear today, and that's why I make this cashew cream with vanilla. Put some water into it. Doesn't have to be too much. I want a cream light, not too thick, for the pear to stand out, and the blender dance to give it going. So let's break down the cashews here. Break them down, and now they're in small pieces, tiny pieces, and they can soak very fast. And the second blending then, a couple of minutes, will make it totally super creamy. Now I can check the flavor, the texture. Let's see what's in there and how I can change it, or I have to. The texture is nice, it's creamy. I wait until after soaking to determine if I have to put in more water or so. Now it looks nice. Let's taste it. Ever so gentle flavor. And there's even the little caramel-like flavor touch from the cashews. Cashews are not neutral; they have a flavor. But it's a perfect balance here with the banana and the cashew, and the vanilla, of course, and a little bit only. To create that space, but it's not in the foreground. I guess it's pretty perfect for putting the pear front and center. So I will let it sit for a moment now, and in the meantime, I put the other two parts into the breakfast bowl. And the first is the chia pudding, and as I told you already, it's just a coconut milk chia pudding. That means just chia seeds soaked overnight in coconut milk. It's now pudding texture. That's what you get. I love these little dots here. That's the chia seeds that have been soaked. They gel up. And the gel in the chia seeds is also super healthy, because the gel in general, also in flax seeds or buckwheats, when you soak buckwheat, it's a very important cereal too. These gels, they are super healthy. Because they can help the body to eliminate heavy metals. These gels are really super. I didn't know that, but the gels have that job, from the plant gels, from the chia seed and so. So not only funny looking, these little balls, but they are also very healthy, the gel. So I put a good amount of chia seed pudding here in this glass, and now I can put my pears on top. That's a fair amount for a breakfast. And if I want some extra, I can always have some extra. Put that back in the fridge. So the pears now. And the pears, I have to say, really, they're right in season right now. It's an autumn fruit. And it's wonderful. There are many different kinds of pears. I get them in Germany right now. And when you have a beautiful pear, it's not too ripe. It's not beginning to get brown inside or so. It's really nice and ripe. Then you have the full flavor, and it's a very gentle flavor. It's a subtle flavor. Pear is one of the most subtle flavors. It can be very characteristic, not just weak or so. Subtle means it's very characteristic, and it is a little bit of bitter also. And the bitterness, you can taste that when you taste the skin of the pear. I leave the skin on, of course. It's the healthiest part of all of it. And yeah, there you have these bitter flavors, these bitter tones. And they are, of course, the healthy part of fruit. Bitter flavors are always cleansing. And they create differences between the different pears, I would say. I don't know what it is, but when you taste a pear, it's always sweet and sour a little bit. And then there is this bitter tone. It creates the most exciting pear flavors. It has something that gives me like a deep breath. I inhale. That's as if I would inhale these pear flavors. They create such a big space, also a large space, like vanilla a little bit, but different. The vanilla creates a space on the outside where I can taste other flavors in. The pear creates a space on the inside, like as if I would inhale. I don't know how to explain it. It's always different to explain flavors. We don't have the words for that so much. But that's how I feel it, and try to explain it. The pears flavors, I really have to taste it, of course. It's so delicious. There are shades between different kinds of pears, and when they're perfectly ripe, and that you can only taste that in autumn, of course, when the pears are ripe, when they're coming. And they're so different now. Do one more blender dance to get the dressing ready. Let's check if it is runny enough, because sometimes I noticed, no, it's good. It can be a little bit too thick, and then I need some more water because the flavor gets too dense and it doesn't unfold anymore. It has to unfold. It has to be perfect. Oh yeah. Oh, awesome. Wonderful. A little like a caramel. A small amount of vanilla only. I would say it's right. It's right perfect. And I show you, here is my pears on the chia pudding, and here the cream, the vanilla cashew cream. I have to be careful now, otherwise I make a mess again, because the pears, they have to allow the cream, for the cream to run through them, around them, not over the glass. There it happens. Okay, I have to stop. I make a mess already. I have to be careful. But here, oops. But get the idea. I will do a little bit later, a little bit more from the cream. When I begin to eat, I can always pour some more cream, no problem. But I guess it's a very nice combination, this cream, to highlight the beautiful pears, the flavor of the pears. And the same with the chia pudding do. The chia pudding has almost no flavor, but you put the right flavors into it. It gives these flavors a really nice color, shining, yeah. And that's it. That's my breakfast. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like my video, subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. And when you want to watch the video for the chia seed, go under this video. There's a link. See you soon.